So something amazing has happened, and I kind of want to talk about the healing process and how amazing the body is at actually healing itself. And I want to talk about this because I think that I can't talk about every single disease or sickness in the whole entire world, and I know that some of them are a lot harsher than others, but one thing I can talk about is the fact that the human body is there to heal itself. It's always healing itself. It's always trying to survive. And so it confuses me a lot when we as human beings are so afraid that our bodies are going to fail us. And I don't think that our bodies fail us. I think that what it is really typically is that we tend to fail our bodies. And the reason I've just started making this video is because yesterday I was gardening, and as I was gardening, I was like digging with the shovel quite a lot, and so there was a lot of friction, and I got a blister, and I just did one kind of dig, and I just felt my hand like and basically it like pulled some skin, like a big flap of skin, all the way back, and it really, really, really hurt. And so I was starting to explain to my partner the healing process and talking about how amazing the human body is, and then I was just like, I need to record this, so I'm going to record this. And yeah, when I split it open, obviously my body was like, okay, we've got an open wound, we need to heal this, close this wound, we need to let her know that this is open, and so there is like obviously a risk of infection. And so I felt the pain, I looked at my hand, the skin was back, and my natural reaction, I don't even know why, was quickly just to like flap the skin back over. Like my hand just went there, just pushed it back over, and so I put the skin back on top of my hand. And I guess innately, you know, like whether I've been taught that or whether I would have done that had I had no knowledge, like it felt very instinctual just to put the skin back. And then it really hurt. It hurt so much. I was in absolute agony. I gave it a quick wash and whatever. But then what I noticed was like plasma, basically, heaps of plasma, because it would be like kind of wet and shiny all around, and it was slowly trying to stick itself back together. So like I noticed there was instantly kind of like builders at the site or healers at the site, and they were doing their thing. So my body started to produce its own form of glue, its kind of own adhesive, in order to stick my skin back down so that it could close the wound. Right, and it was doing that as quick as it could because I could see the plasma. The other interesting thing is that yesterday my hand was like this. You know, today I've got not a lot of pain there, especially now it's towards the end of the day, 24 hours later, not a lot of pain there, and basically full range of motion, so I've got full movement. But yesterday, after it occurred, while that plasma was trying to glue, while the glue was trying to dry, it obviously didn't want me to open my hand because it would interfere with that process. So my hand was like stuck like this. It was too painful. The pain would just kind of like blow out, and pain just makes you aware. So the pain kept me in this position like this so that the skin could actually glue itself back down. And now that obviously that healing process has taken place, it's glued back down, the wound is being sealed, I can now move my hand again. And I was just like, how amazing is that? Like yesterday my hand was like this, and now my hand can open, but it's literally just part of the healing process. So my body did all that without me having to even think about it. It gave me the pain so that I didn't move into positions that would slow down my healing. And now it will continue to obviously do the rest of its thing. So, you know, it's still healing itself, but it closed that wound and it closed it by itself, and it's repairing. My body is repairing. And, you know, whether we are sick, hurt, you know, cut, wounded, our body is always trying to heal ourselves. And I think that the best thing that we can do is aid our body, and that is by, you know, keeping a healthy mind as much as we can. Obviously it's not always easy, but you know, when we're stressed and when we're, you know, not, I don't want to talk about mental health as such, but when we're not taking care of our own, you know, thought process and stuff, and what's going on in our mind, when we're not taking care of that type of energy, you know, we secrete chemicals around the body and we can create a toxic environment for the body. Once again, it does know how to handle it. It will consistently try and break it down, but if we're then also eating foods that are not nutritious, that the body doesn't recognize. We're adding more stress to the body. So we're basically putting it in a state in which it's always trying to heal, and that's when we become more vulnerable, in my opinion, and more susceptible to illness and disease, because our body is always trying to heal, but the more garbage that you throw in there in forms of chemicals, toxins, and all that kind of stuff, the more it's in that fight. So it's always trying to stay in balance, always trying to stay in homeostasis. If we chuck junk in there, that fight is here. Say the peak is there, we're always trying to stay balanced, and we're just pulling ourselves down, we are going to find it harder to heal. So like I said, I don't want to talk about all disease and illness. I just want to talk about the amazing healing powers of the human body, and I just thought it was really coolly shown with that cut. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff, and have an awesome day.